This is the Blade75, a pre-built 75% aluminum keyboard for an MSRP of $100. But there are sales on Amazon right now that price this at $80 in stock. When I saw that price for a keyboard of this specs, I definitely had to check it out and see if it was worth buying. Hi, I'm the Fallen, or just call me Fall, and I normally make Roblox ASMR content and play a bunch of obbies, but I've also been a keyboard enthusiast in the background. Thankfully, Mechlance has provided me with a sample of this keyboard for review. However, as always, I will be unbiased and point out both the pros and cons of this keyboard to see whether you should pick one up. So get subscribed and turn on notifications for more, as trust me, I'll be doing more than just reviewing this keyboard. Oh, trust me. Oh god, that's dusty. Hold up. Sorry the background noise is like really loud right now, but here's the package of the Blade75. So yeah, let's go and open it up. Alright, so here's the box and alright, as you can see, let's go and pull out this plastic cover. And here's the blades and oh my goodness, that's heavy. That is heavy, alright. This is one heavy keyboard. Just a quick sound test. Oh yeah. Really clacky, wow. Alright, so let's put all this plastic stuff aside. See, here's your manual. It's like a booklet. Your extra accessories. Alright, so let's get this. So here's all of the accessories. So we get a cable, we got a keycap puller, pretty nice, like standard keycap puller. And we got these switches. These are the switches that come with the board. This is called the Verdant switches. We're gonna talk about it later. We're gonna talk about everything later, but yeah. Let's put the box aside. I don't think I need... Actually, I like this cable. I'm gonna go and keep it. Alright, but everything else, I'm gonna go and put it aside. Starting off with the build quality and aesthetics, I'll say this right now and say that this is the only part where I feel like some people may need to think twice before buying. Now the build quality, it's like mind-blowing for the price. This keyboard is crafted from thick CNC aluminum. Yes, that's glitter over there, that's not my camera, we will talk about it later. I initially thought this keyboard would have been made from thin aluminum, but my goodness, does this thing feel hefty and premium. Like, what? $80? When you pick up the board itself, you don't feel like you're carrying an $80 keyboard, but a $200 keyboard kit. That's solid feeling. It feels more substantial than even my Lucky 65 V2, also built from CNC aluminum. The only thing I could note was that I did find the switch for the tri-mode connectivity really loose and flimsy, but it's nothing significant really. I'm genuinely 100% impressed with the build quality, which alone already makes it worth the $80 for me. However, there's a catch, and that's with the aesthetics, as this keyboard doesn't look the same as most 75% keyboards at this price, and the sum could be a hit or miss. Starting with the color options, he either had this nice looking blue color, which I didn't pick up because my Cypher 81 already looked like that, or this nuclear themed black-green color. It looks unique and gorgeous, not gonna lie, but it's not the most minimal look in person if you're into that. Although it goes well with my Razer mouse since Razer's a greenhead. As you saw from the unboxing though, there is a huge Mechlance logo, which most people won't mind because we don't really invert our keyboards often, but it is there. Let's not forget the glittery accent of the case, and while I'm definitely not gay, I actually like this touch as it gives a more unique look in a great way, and in the worst case it's not really gonna bother anyone. For some reason, a lot of 75% keyboards lack this, a volume knob. I know it's nice to go from plastic with the GMK67 to aluminum on my Lucky 65 V2, but man do I just miss the volume knob on my GMK67. Unlike Mechlance Vive 75 or the Cypher 81 that I reviewed, this doesn't have a screen, but honestly that's fine, I just wanted the knob. As usual with other keyboards nowadays, this features tri-mode connectivity, aka you can connect it wired, wirelessly with a dongle, or with Bluetooth, so pretty convenient. This unfortunately doesn't have the direct Mac switch, but it should still be compatible with macOS. This fortunately features south-facing LEDs for RGB, and they're actually quite bright, so no complaints there. In fact, the RGB is actually really stunning in person. As always, you can use the FN and backslash key to change the RGB effects, and if you want to see more controls, check out the physical manual or the manual online. Unlike my last video, I guess I'll show a short teardown of this keyboard, though I won't be removing the switches from the PCB. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually get it open as I damaged 2 of the screws from using the wrong screwdriver, and I didn't know where my other screwdrivers were. I'll just be sharing footage of Lunatic's studio tearing down this keyboard, so shout out to him because he has 1/5 of my subscriber count with 5 times the quality. This keyboard features a hot swap PCB, which means you can switch this out for any switch of your choice. And it also has gasket mounts and flex cuts, which makes this keyboard pretty darn comfortable to type on. There's a bunch of dampening foams and layers already built inside, so no need to mod the inside of the keyboard. Putting it all back together, let's go over the final part of this review, which is about the sound of this keyboard. Unlike the FO Maker Cypher 81, I think it's safe to say that this is definitely on the clackier side, which honestly I haven't actually had a good clacky keyboard before, so definitely a win for me, though I don't think it's actually gonna last long. It does sound pretty poppy as well, but it doesn't have that, I don't know, but it's something that like makes the Rainy 75 or my Lucky 65 V2 sound creamy, but this is clacky and poppy. Holy, I'm definitely not good at describing keyboard sound. These come in Mecklen's own switch called the Verdun switch, which is great, but it didn't feel as good as FO Maker's Wisteria switches, though it is on the level of my KTT Kang Whites, so that's pretty neat. Anyways, the stock stabilizers are pretty decent, with a very slight ticking or rattle that's personally unnoticeable in use. I'll just let the sound tester roll and you'll see what I mean, and after, we'll get into concluding this keyboard. So that's a fully built, in stock, $100 keyboard that's currently going on sale on Amazon for $80. I'd say if this looks like a good looking keyboard to you and you like clacky keyboards instead of the creamy foamy sound, then just go and buy it. Especially on the Amazon price I'll link below, although I don't know how long this sale lasts. I don't know what manufacturers did to make $100 fully built keyboards feel this good. It's almost like magic. At $100 you may want more conventional looking keyboards like the Rainy 75 for the minimalism, but you are missing the unique accents this keyboard has. Again, with most of the keyboards I review, you literally cannot go wrong buying any of them, so just find a keyboard that's discounted and also appeals to you. And well, right now this keyboard is discounted, so I'll give this keyboard as a full recommendation for those wanting a new keyboard right now. I especially like this for ASMR as it does have the most neutral keyboard sound, also dampening the harsh sounds that some other cheap keyboards have. Though I did have a main plan for this keyboard, which is to transform this into the ultimate clicky keyboard, since I ran a poll asking which sound signature you guys preferred for ASMRs, and you guys voted clicky. And I feel like this would be the best fit for a clicky keyboard, so stay tuned for that, fallen fans. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in more reviews and more ASMRs. Take care.